We are going to be doing the attributes of quadratics. So we've been doing quadratics and we've been talking about where the zeros or the x-intercepts are, which we're going to do that again, but we're also going to talk about all the attributes of it. So the first thing is this picture or this equation actually in standard form? Remember, standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. It has to be all on that side. I tell y'all to make sure it's on the left. If it's all on the right, that's fine as well. So is this equation in standard form? No, because what is in the wrong spot? The 5. So you have to take the 5 and we have to move it to the other side. Now remember, when we move it, what happens to our 5? It doesn't stay a positive anymore. It becomes a negative. So this 5 is going to go to the other side. So you're going to have y equals negative 3x squared plus 12x minus 5. It has to be in that order. X squared, x, no x. Okay, so what is our a? Our a value is always in front of the x squared. So our a is going to be negative 3. Okay, our b is always in front of our x. So our b is going to be 12. Positive 12. Be really careful when you do that. And the last thing is our c. It's our coefficient. It doesn't have, or a constant, it does not have a letter with it. So the c is negative 5. We've been doing this. Remember, everything has to be on the same side. If it's not, you have to move it. Okay, y-intercept. The y-intercept is where it touches the y. So this right here, this would be where the y-intercept is. Now notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a negative 5. The y-intercept is also the same as the c value. Remember sexy, 0, comma, and then your y. So this is going to be 0. Your c or your y value is going to come here. You can also look at the picture. Okay, the x-intercepts. The x-intercepts are where it touches the x. Now this one is really hard to tell. You can't really look at it and see. So we can put it in our calculator. We can go to New Menu. We can look at the graph, or we can do the calculator. Let's do the calculator first. So if you go to calculator, remember you can do menu 3, polynomial tools 3, roots 1. Push enter. It's not going to go anywhere if you don't push enter. And then we're going to put our a and our b and our c value in. The first blank is our a value, which is a negative 3. I'll move it over here so you can see it as we're doing it. Okay, our b is 12, so that's going to go in the second one, and our negative 5 is going to go in the third. Now, when you put it in, make sure this matches what you wrote here. It does, so we're going to push enter. And that gives us a really, really ugly decimal. The first decimal, which is about 0.5, that is our first intercept. And that's about half. So that's going to be our first answer. That's our first x-intercept. And it touches right here. Our second one, which is about 3.5, which it looks about 1, 2, 3 and a half, that is our second one. Remember sexy, the x's come first and then the y. Since this is an x-intercept, the x has to go first, even though there's 2. Let me pull it up here so you can see it. Okay, you could also graph it if you wanted and get the same picture as the one graphed above, but this actually gives you the number answer. So how many solutions are there? Well, there are 2. It touches 1, 2. This is not a solution. Just where it touches the x are the number of solutions. Now, if it gave you 2 answers that were exactly the same, say you got a 4 and a 4, then it would be 1 solution because those answers are exactly the same. And then the last thing is, if it never touches here, or you get a box as your answer, that means there is no solution. Okay, let's go on. The circle, does it open up or down? So does this open up or down? It opens down. Okay, now we're going to try to find the vertex. The vertex is either the top highest point or the bottom lowest point of a quadratic. So to do that, you can look here on the picture to find the vertex. This right here is the vertex. That is the top point. So you can count over and find your x and then your y to get your answer. You can also put it in your calculator, but let's count to check. So that's 1, 2, so my x is 2, because I counted 2 over. And then I count up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my x is 2, my y is 7. Let's put it in the calculator. Let's go to graph, because I'm going to show you how to find the vertex, because sometimes it's off the picture and you can't see it. So we're going to put our equation in just like we did before, but we're going to put it in the graph so we can see it here. So negative 3x squared plus 12x minus 5. Same picture. Okay, what you're going to do next though, I'm going to write it here as we talk, is we're going to analyze this graph to find the vertex. So you're going to hit menu. We're going to analyze it, so 6. And then you need to know if it's the minimum or maximum. Now, if it's up at the top, okay, when you're looking at the top of a graph, you're at the top of your pay grade, you're at the top of the class, you're the highest, that's the maximum. When you're at the bottom, like this one, you're at the minimum, the bottom of the pay grade. So this is a maximum, so you're going to pick maximum. So either minimum or maximum. You have to decide by looking at it. Then you're going to click, let me zoom in so you can see a little better. You're going to click on both sides of the graph, see how it says maximum, and that vertex is going to pop up. And notice it says 2, 7, and that's the exact same thing we got over here, which 2, 7. All right, next thing we're going to do is find if is it minimum or maximum. We've already talked about that. It is a maximum. It's at the top. We're looking at the picture when we're talking about that. When it's opened down, it's a maximum. When it's opened up, it is a minimum. Okay, the minimum value or the maximum value. This value has to do with your y value, this guy here. So you're taking this y and you're using it here for the minimum or maximum value. You're going to either use a greater than sign or a less than sign. Now it's open down, guys. So if it's open down, all these numbers are less than. So we're going to use the less than sign. So when it's open down, that's the less than sign. When it's open up, that's the greater than sign. Okay, axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is our x value. So this guy right here. And you're going to say x equals whatever that one is of the vertex. So x equals 2. Okay, last two things, domain and range. Domain is always your x value. Range is always your y value. Domain always goes left to right. Range goes up and down. So if we're looking at this, I know it cuts it off here on the graph, but it is going to go forever this way and forever this way. It's going to keep going left and right forever. So when it does that, guys, remember that is all real numbers. We use this symbol to denote it. All real numbers. When you're doing the range is the up and down. So notice up and down. This is the highest point, and it's going to keep going down forever and ever and ever and ever. So this minimum maximum value is also going to be your answer for your range. Okay, that's the attributes of quadratics. So what you need to do now is you need to look on the left side and you need to do this problem over here as your independent practice. If you have questions, raise your hand and I will come around and answer them for you.